Hi, I'm Chris. This is my 1992 Nissan Skyline GTS-T. I got it back in 2017 when I was a lot younger. I've now had the car for 5 years, so yeah, it's going well. It's sort of snowballed a bit, but we're going alright. It's a good car. My friend and myself, Nick, went to go and look at this car an hour and a half north of where we live, and we sort of popped in on this old fella's place, and he looked real sad and a bit down on life, and yeah, and we basically went and visited him and had a look at the car, and it was a bunkie. It was like 5 cylinders. It wasn't making any boost. It looked like it had been hit, and we did find out it did get hit on the front. Luckily not too badly. It was just missing the crash bar and in the front. And yeah, I saw a lot of potential in it, and it was at a price I just couldn't say no to. It was dirt cheap. Everyone sees the R34 as, the special, movie car. It's a hero car, and it's a very cool car, and it's right. But I wanted something different. I wanted something that didn't look like every other Skyline, and funnily enough, the R32 really did it for me. It really looked cool. Yeah, I remember being in high school, looking at pictures of them on the internet with one of my friends, going, "Wow, this is a sick car. This is so different. This is so not what I'm used to. I really want one of those." And yeah, I grew up in South Africa, so we don't ever have cars like this there. Yeah, when I first got the car, it was an absolute bunkie. It was really it was crap. It ran on 5 cylinders, wasn't doing all that well. So the first thing we actually did to it was got new coil packs in there and got it running on all 6, and got the turbo connected up again and got it making boost again. We had the RB20 in there, and it was a bit of a gutless motor, and I sort of ended up finding myself, racing Honda Civics, trying to catch up. And as well and good as that is, I wanted to go a bit quicker and wanted to have a bit more fun, and wanted something that I knew I could push a bit without worrying about breaking it. So I thought I'd build up the RB20, make it a lot faster, but eventually a couple friends around mentioned to me, "Go RB25, you won't regret it." And against what I wanted to do, I actually decided, yeah, let's go RB25. And I ended up dropping it off with a local workshop called Seared. Seared did a really great job. I still take the car there now. They just do fantastic work, and they put the RB25 in about a month. Eventually I went racing and ended up blowing the front oil seal out on the turbo. That was a bit of fun. I mean, the car still ran, the car still had no issues really. It just was quite oily, and it was not reliable like that. So I thought, all right, let's upgrade the turbo. So yeah. After I blew the turbo, I ended up doing a bunch of research and ended up going hybrid turbo. So I have a Garrett 3071R core, put in a stock OP6 housing. As the car sits, I was able to get a genuine Greddy intake out of Japan. 1000cc injectors, nice billet fuel rail for it. Seared did a bunch of fabrication to get that all to sit right. Just a really big oil cooler, and yeah, just a hybrid turbo, and just an ECU map. And as it sits, the car makes 330 wheel horsepower, which is not a hell of a lot, but it's more than enough for me. It's more than enough where I live. and it's reliable at that horsepower level, so I can track it as much as I want. The purpose of the car actually is quite funny. I never really liked the race car and daily philosophy. I thought, why don't you just have one car that can do both? And one person who really inspired that for me was actually Chris Clewell on Instagram. I started following him and watching a movie he put out called Das Ziel, and I thought, well, if he can do it in an old Porsche, I can do it in an old Skyline. Yeah, the philosophy of the car is do everything with it. The philosophy is it needs to be able to go everywhere, do everything. Yeah, the reason this car is not the prettiest thing, I think does come down to the fact that it's daily driven. I think I haven't wanted to spend money on paint just yet.
What are your future plans for it?
Ironically enough, painting it.
And putting aircon?
Yeah, and put an aircon in it. The previous owner, when they front-ended the car, they destroyed everything that the aircon needed. So when I went in there to have a look at it and I pulled it all out, it was all munted, everything was broken, and I wanted aircon in the car, so I'll eventually save up a bit of money and put some aircon in the car. I want to put bigger brakes on it, and I just want to do the subframe bushes, and maybe get the sunroof working. And then after that, it's all just small things like tinkering turbo beanies or something stupid, you know, like, it's, to be fair, a project car's never done, but this is as close to done as I've ever gotten a car, so I think I just want to drive it most of all. Not just to chop Hondas, no.
You won't mention this, but he blew up the Civic. He blew up the Skyline racing a Civic, my Civic.
No, I didn't blow it up. It was fine. It didn't blow up. I ended up blowing a coolant line off.
Racing a Civic.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm actually of a funny opinion. I actually do think that R32 Skyline is probably the ugliest Skyline.